Hello programmers, my name is Harold Torres, student at App Academy. Today I wanted to go over the recursive function sumArray to give everyone a better visual on how the call stack of this recursive function plays out. Now, some of you may already know what call stacks are and how they work, but for those of you who don't, let's go over it real quick. Now, since JavaScript is a single-threaded or synchronous language, it can only process one thing at a time. It uses what we call a call stack to keep track of functions to be executed. Think of a call stack as a sort of platform where every time a function is run, its values are pushed onto the call stack platform, like the one that we have right behind me. Once that function outputs its return value, we want to pop it off of the platform. One very important thing to remember about the call stack is that it is last in, first out, meaning that the last element that is pushed to the stack is going to be the first element popped off of it. Now, with all that being said, let's see how the function sumArray works. I'll be acting as the thread, and I'm going to be using this lovely call stack platform that I've built to help demonstrate the step-by-step process on this function. Now we want to start with our base case. If our array is empty, we want to return 0 and close out the function. So let's take a look inside of our array and see where we are. Well, it looks like we have a few elements in the array, and I'm trying to find my return value here, but it looks like it's going to take some work to get there. Let's start by popping off the last element of our array. So we're going to pop that off. Put that right there. And now we have extracted its value from our array, but I still haven't found my return value. So what we're going to do is add this to the call stack and recursively call our sumArray function. So here we go. This is our call stack. We're going to add this on there. So this is our +5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 value, and we're going to leave it on the call stack. All right. And then we want to recursively call sumArray. All right, and now that we've recursively called sumArray, it looks like we're back right where we started. All right, and since we haven't reached our base case, it looks like we're going to keep doing what we were doing before. Just grab that, pop that last value out of the array. And since I still haven't hit my return value or my base case, I'm going to, you guessed it, put this on the call stack. And the call stack, it's called a stack because you want to stack your values on top of there. I'll give you a better visual of what that looks like. Alright, and we're going to call sumArray again. And it looks like we're back where we started. So let's do this again. I'm going to pop off the last element of the array. Now we've extracted this, still no return value. So, you guessed it, we want to put this up here on top of our call stack. I'll just stack that on there, and once again we want to call our sumArray. Alright, and it looks like we're getting really close to hitting our base case here, but since we aren't there yet, we want to pop off the last, or second to last element. There we go, we got number 2 here. And we add that to the call stack again, because we still have not reached our base case. There we are. And as you know it, right after this, we want to call sumArray once again. Alright, and we have finally reached our last element. So for this last time, we want to put this on top of our call stack once again. And once again, we're going to call the sumArray function. Alright, and we start back here again, but this time it's going to be a little different because it looks like we have reached our base case. The array is empty. So now, according to the function, at this point we want to return 0. Which, it's kind of hard for me to demonstrate here because, as we all know, 0 equals, you guessed it, 0, so nothing. It doesn't really, well, it has a value, but it doesn't really have a value, so we're just going to pretend like I'm holding 0 here. We're going to stack that on there. There we are. And now that we have our return value, we want to go back down the call stack. So we're going to start popping off everything from the top. So here we have our +1. And here we have our +2. And here we have our +3. And as you can see here, I'm just going down the call stack, and that's what an actual call stack kind of works like. Once you get to the return value, you just pop everything off of there. We want to gather up all of our values here. And now the point of sumArray is to add up all of the values that we found in the array. So it looks like we have 15 here. Oh. So our answer to that would be 15 when we add 5 plus 4 plus 3 plus 2 plus 1 that was provided to us from the array. And so to summarize, just like the sumArray function here, since it is a recursive function, we had to go through the call stack, find its return value, and then pop the values off from the top all the way down to the bottom until we have an empty call stack. And I hope this was a pretty good visual of what the call stack for sumArray is like. Thank you for sticking around and watching. I know this is a bit of a short video, but I hope you learned a bit of something today. Thank you. Have a great day.